Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are setting our sights on a tropical destination, often known for its stunning coastline. But, according to our source, it offers so much more. We're talking about the island of Phuket, Thailand.
And our guide for this deep dive is a fascinating single source, an article called Hidden Gems, Exploring Phuket.
That's Phuket, yeah, pronounced Phuket.
So-
And it's pretty crucial context for this deep dive that this article comes to us from Ocean Worldwide. They're a luxury real estate agency.
Mhm.
They've been based right there in Phuket since 2004. The source notes their director, Sandra O'Neill, has helped the literally thousands of families and investors over the years.
Right.
And their focus is specifically on luxury residential real estate in Phuket and also Koh Samui.
Yeah, and knowing that the source is rooted in, the world of luxury property,
Yeah.
it definitely provides a unique lens. It shapes how they talk about exploring Phuket.
How so?
Well, they're not just listing tourist spots, are they? They seem to be framing the island as a place to live, to experience deeply. The article actually positions Phuket as a map of experiences.
Exactly. So our mission today is to use only the details provided in this specific source, this article, to go beyond the surface and, uncover Phuket's key cultural, natural, and unique experiences seen through that particular lens.
It sounds like this source takes us on quite a journey, from ancient temples and secluded natural spots to vibrant markets and adventure activities. It shows the full spectrum beyond just, lying on a beach.
Right off the bat, the source establishes that Phuket is Thailand's largest island, and it defines it not just as a beach destination, but as this blend of culture, nature, and adventure. That combination seems to be the core idea.
What's fascinating here, I think, is how the source immediately sets this broader context, framing Phuket as this rich tapestry rather than just focusing on the coast.
Yeah.
For a place so often known just for its beaches, this broader perspective is pretty essential for understanding its full appeal, especially maybe for someone thinking about a longer-term connection to the island, like buying property.
And the article really emphasizes the sheer scale and diversity mean you kind of need a map to navigate it all. It highlights that it's a place with distinct regions and experiences, not just, one big resort area.
Definitely.
Okay, so building on that initial framing of Phuket as a place rich in culture, the source then takes us into some specific cultural highlights.
It starts with a pretty major spiritual landmark, the Big Buddha.
It does. The source describes this impressive statue. It's 45 meters high up on Neckert Hill. And apparently you get these panoramic views from there. And the source notes the atmosphere is, serene. Surrounded by nature sounds sort of a place for reflection.
And the source adds there's a small museum nearby as well, offering insights into its construction and the significance of Buddhism on the island. So it roots the landmark in its history and cultural importance.
The source also highlights the island's vibrant cultural tapestry through its festivals. It mentions two key ones specifically.
Yeah, the Vegetarian Festival first, described as this unique event focused on purification and devotion through various rituals. Apparently fills the streets with processions and, of course, vegetarian food stalls.
Right. And then Songkran Festival, the Thai New Year, which involves, the famous lively water fights alongside traditional performances.
Sounds intense.
The source presents these as really lively expressions of the island's traditions and, community spirit.
And the focus on cultural immersion keeps going with traditional cooking classes. The source frames these as more than just, learning recipes. It calls it a journey into the heart of Thai culture.
It sounds quite immersive, starting with a visit to a local market to pick out fresh ingredients.
Hands-on?
Followed by learning to cook classic dishes like tom yum goong and pad thai from skilled chefs. And the source points out the experience wraps up with a shared meal, often involving conversations about the island's history and influences.
So, thinking about this from the source's perspective, maybe the Ocean Worldwide perspective, highlighting these really immersive cultural experiences, the spiritual side, the festivals, the food. It sort of suggests that for someone looking to connect deeply with Phuket, perhaps someone looking to, invest or live there,
Right.
that cultural engagement is just as important as the physical beauty. It's part of the whole package.
Okay, so moving from the island's cultural heart, the source also positions Phuket as a natural paradise.
And again, it details specific ways to actively engage with that natural beauty, not just look at it.
Like hiking to Karen Viewpoint. It's also known as Three Beaches Hill, apparently.
Oh, okay.
The source notes it's a short, steep hike, but the reward is these stunning panoramic views overlooking Katanoi, Kaida, and Karan beaches. It's singled out as particularly good for sunset? Must be amazing.
Then there's snorkeling, specifically at the Similan Islands, which are located about 80 kilometers northwest of Phuket.
Right. A bit of a trip then.
Yeah, a day trip. The source calls this a snorkeling paradise, known for crystal clear waters and vibrant marine life. So you're thinking colorful coral reefs, schools of fish, maybe even sea turtles.
Wow.
It's highlighted as an excellent day trip option.
And kayaking in Phang Bay. That's the one known for its dramatic limestone karsts, right?
Exactly.
That's
The source describes paddling through caves and hidden lagoons with chances for wildlife sightings like monkeys and sea eagles.
cool.
And there's even mention of night kayaking for a totally different kind of experience.
Here's where it gets really interesting. How do these natural spots contrast with the cultural sites we just discussed?
Well, the source isn't just listing pretty places, is it? It's detailing these active experiences within nature: hiking, snorkeling, kayaking.
Mm-hmm.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it shows that the island's natural landscape is presented as like a playground for exploration and activity, not just something passive you look at from the shore. It's about getting out there.
And that brings us neatly to the beaches themselves. I mean, Phuket is world famous for its coastline, but the source seems to emphasize going beyond the obvious tourist beaches.
Yeah, this suggests maybe a focus on finding tranquility, perhaps a bit of exclusivity. The source highlights hidden beaches.
Like Ao Sane Beach. It's described as small and rocky, perfect for snorkeling and just, relaxing away from the crowds.
Sounds nice.
Then Banana Beach is mentioned for its serenity and clear waters. And Layam Sing Beach, which is apparently nestled between Kamala and Surin, is called a hidden treasure accessible only by hike. So again, suggesting there's a reward for seeking it out.
The source also details specific snorkeling hotspots, like Kadena for vibrant marine life,
Yeah.
Yanui Beach, which it calls a snorkeler's haven that's maybe less crowded,
Okay.
and Freedom Beach, noted as being a bit of a secret spot, also good for snorkeling.
And catering to different needs, it lists family-friendly shores too. Katanoi Beach with its gentle waves and soft sand.
Good for kids.
Exactly. Naiharn Beach, known for calm waters and a family-friendly vibe, and Kamala Beach offering a relaxed atmosphere with amenities nearby.
What's fascinating here, I think, is how the source sort of curates the beach experience. It guides you based on what you're looking for: solitude, underwater stuff, family fun.
Right.
This curated approach feels very aligned with the source, Ocean Worldwide,
Right.
focused on helping people find their ideal lifestyle on the island, matching the location to the person.
And it's actually worth noting, as the source does right in this context, that Ocean Worldwide Phuket Real Estate offers a diverse range of properties near these very beaches.
There's the connection.
Yeah, it explicitly links enjoying the coast with the possibility of making it your home, offering options to buy, rent, or just, experience life near the sea. It makes that link very clear.
Makes sense.
Okay, let's unpack this. The source then takes us on a tour of Phuket's diverse regions, reinforcing that map idea we talked about earlier. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all island.
No, absolutely not. It breaks down the island's character geographically.
Yeah. So, Old Phuket Town, described as this charming blend of past and present, characterized by colorful Sino-Portuguese buildings, that unique style mixing Chinese shophouse structure with European facades.
Yeah, very distinctive.
Creates this charming atmosphere with cafes, street art, and especially the vibrant Sunday walking street market. The source says it truly gives the feeling of stepping back in time.
The northern Phuket is presented very differently as a haven for nature lovers.
Right.
Featuring Siranat National Park, pristine beaches like Naithon and Mai Khao, which is known for potential turtle nesting,
Oh, wow.
mangroves, and bird watching. The key takeaway there seems to be its tranquil, less developed vibe, appealing to those seeking peace and natural beauty.
And southern Phuket is highlighted as more of a mix. It's home to popular spots like Patong, famous for nightlife and water sports.
Another busy bit.
Yeah, but also quieter gems like that Freedom Beach we mentioned earlier. So this region offers a blend of energy and tranquility, with plenty of opportunities for snorkeling, sunbathing, and exploring local eateries.
So exploring these distinct regions really shows how the island's character shifts dramatically depending on where you are. You've got the history in Old Town, the pure nature focus up north, the kind of dynamic mix down south.
Okay, let's unpack this. The source also gives us a great guide to the markets. Connecting closely with these regional explorations, it presents markets as key community hubs and experiences.
It's certainly described as vibrant. The Phuket Weekend Market, for instance, is presented as this sprawling space with, everything from souvenirs to food, a place you could easily spend hours just wandering.
And the Chilva Market is highlighted as a trendy night market known for live music and creative stalls. Sounds a bit more modern, maybe?
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And for those looking for unique souvenirs, the source points to artisan shops in Old Town, things like handmade crafts, textiles, artwork,
Mm-hmm.
and also the Phuket Walking Street Market, which is called Lard Yai for things like jewelry and paintings.
And the culinary delights at the night markets are clearly a major draw. The source really emphasizes this. Both the weekend market and the Fun Friday Boat Avenue market are highlighted specifically for their food.
Yeah, they get specific, mentioning mouth-watering dishes like spicy satay, sweet coconut pancakes, the classic tom yum goong, rich massaman curry, and of course, mango sticky rice.
Can't forget mango sticky rice.
Never.
The source really elevates the market experience beyond just, shopping or eating. It actually quotes, Phuket's street food is not just about eating, it's about experiencing the culture and traditions of the island through its flavors.
That's a great quote.
Yeah, it perfectly captures the source's perspective food as a real cultural entry point.
So pulling this section together, the focus on exploring distinct regions in these vibrant markets really underscores how the island's identity is woven into its geography and its community life. And it's particularly expressed through its food and local crafts.
Right. And then the source encourages us to look off the beaten path for quieter discoveries, while almost in the same breath, detailing opportunities for high-energy adventure. It's quite a fascinating balance they strike.
Yeah, it starts with those more secluded options first.
Like secluded waterfalls, they're mentioned as these peaceful escapes tucked away in greenery, apparently varying in size from small, intimate spots to larger, more dramatic falls.
And quaint villages offer glimpses into traditional lifestyle, with descriptions of narrow streets, wooden houses, friendly locals, suggesting opportunities for a more authentic experience, maybe finding small local markets there too.
And local art galleries are highlighted as must-sees for art lovers, showcasing both traditional Thai and contemporary local art, often found in small, intimate settings.
This focus on finding peaceful, authentic spots really speaks to that desire maybe for exclusivity or deeper connection. Perhaps appealing to someone looking to escape the typical tourist hustle, someone who might be considering Phuket longer term.
And right alongside that quiet stuff, the source pivots straight into pure adventure. Here's where it gets really interesting, detailing thrilling activities for those seeking an adrenaline rush.
Absolutely. Diving at the Ratcha Islands is highlighted. Known for exceptional visibility, crystal clear waters, vibrant marine life, and importantly, sites suitable for all levels of divers.
That's a no.
Ecotourism is also included, mentioning sustainable trips to iconic places like Phi Phi, Maya Bay, and the Kai Islands. The source notes these often include guided tours focusing on preservation efforts, which is interesting.
Yeah, that adds another dimension.
And then the thrilling water sports get listed. At popular beaches like Patong and Kanta, so you're talking jet skiing, parasailing, windsurfing, kiteboarding, with instructors readily available too.
It's quite the contrast, isn't it? From quiet contemplation at a waterfall or in an art gallery to the intense activity of diving or jet skiing.
Totally.
This range the source presents really shows that Phuket, according to this article, caters to a very wide spectrum of interests, offering both serene escapes and dynamic thrills.
Something for everyone, maybe.
Seems like it. Okay, switching gears again, the source dedicates significant focus to food. It truly calls Phuket a paradise for food lovers. It frames eating as this whole gastronomic journey.
It describes the local cuisine as a rich blend of Thai, Chinese, and Malay flavors, available everywhere, from street food stalls right up to upscale restaurants.
And it reiterates the Sunday walking street market as a prime location for experiencing street food classics, like the satay and coconut pancakes we mentioned.
Yeah, and the source lists specific top restaurants, too, giving concrete examples. There's Raya Restaurant, which is renowned for its crab curry.
Ooh, sounds good.
Kanang at Pier, highlighted for fresh seafood and beautiful sea views. And Blue Elephant, offering a royal Thai dining experience, apparently set within a historic mansion.
Fancy.
Yeah. And the emphasis on street food adventures continues, reiterating the importance of the night markets and listing those key dishes again. Tom yum goong, massaman curry, mango sticky rice.
Can't get enough of the food mentions.
Apparently not. And that quote comes up again, describing street food not just as eating, but as experiencing the island's culture and traditions through its flavors. It really hammers home that food-culture connection.
Okay, let's unpack this. Moving from the plate to the past, the source also underscores the island's deep history, presented through significant landmarks and architecture.
Yes, it highlights Wat Chalong as the largest and most revered temple on the island, described as a place to pay respects within this expansive complex.
The source points out the pagoda housing a Buddha bone fragment, the stunning architecture, intricate carvings, murals, lots to see. It also includes a practical note from the source reminding visitors to dress modestly when visiting. Important tip.
Very. And the heritage architecture in Old Town gets mentioned again, reinforcing the charm of that Sino-Portuguese style with its colorful shophouses, cafes, traditional tea houses, antique shops, and noting the street art adds a modern layer to this historical setting.
And to dive even deeper into the history, the source lists museums and cultural centers, like the Talang National Museum covering the island's history, the tin mining era, and the important Battle of Talang.
Right.
It also mentions the Peranakan Museum, which focuses on the unique Peranakan Chinese culture. These are presented as ways to gain a deeper understanding of the island's heritage.
You know, what's insightful here is how the source shows history isn't just confined to museums or single landmarks like Wat Chalong.
Mm-hmm.
It's embedded in the living culture, in the food we just talked about, the architecture you see walking around Old Town, and the customs like those experienced at the temple. It's like a history you can taste and touch almost.
That's a good way to put it. Finally, the source covers how Phuket caters to relaxation and wellness, and then contrasts it sharply with the island's vibrant nightlife. It seems the island offers options for winding down and heating things up.
Yeah, exactly. For relaxation and wellness, the source details world-class spa retreats and wellness centers, offering treatments like traditional Thai massage, aromatherapy, herbal steam baths. It even mentions specific examples like Spa Burasari and Breeze Spa at the Amari.
Sounds lovely. Yoga and meditation spots are also included, retreats and daily classes, often held right on the beach at sunrise or sunset, providing opportunities for, finding inner peace. And of course, just finding those tranquil beaches we mentioned earlier, especially up north or down south, for a peaceful day with a book or whatever.
But then, when the sun goes down, the source shows Phuket completely transforms. Here's where it gets really interesting.
It details vibrant nightclubs and bars. Patong Beach, specifically Bengal Road, is described as the epicenter for dance clubs and cocktail lounges. That's the famous party area.
Right. But the source also points out quieter alternatives exist in areas like Kaida and Karon, often with beachfront bars, a different vibe.
Yeah, and it even mentions the majestic Phuket Shisha Lounge as a specific venue.
Okay. Cultural shows and performances are also highlighted as part of the nightlife experience, things like Thai dance, music, and the excitement of Muay Thai boxing, presented as both entertaining and culturally enriching.
So, entertainment with a cultural twist.
Seems like it. And the night markets we discussed earlier for food and shopping, they're reiterated as key elements of the nightlife too, providing a lively atmosphere for evening strolls and snacks. It all connects.
Looking at this contrast, the source really demonstrates Phuket offers a complete arc of experiences throughout the day and night.
Yeah.
From peaceful mornings and active days exploring culture and nature to options for unwinding or engaging in vibrant evening entertainment, it truly presents an island with something for pretty much any mood or time.
It does paint a very comprehensive picture.
So wrapping up this deep dive, we've thoroughly explored Phuket, using only the insights provided in the specific article from Ocean Worldwide. And I think it's clear the source presents an island far more nuanced and layered than just its, typical reputation for beaches.
Exactly. It paints a picture of this dynamic blend of culture, nature, adventure spread across diverse regions. It really lives up to its description as a map of experiences. And seeing it through the lens of a luxury real estate agency, Ocean Worldwide, adds that extra layer of understanding why these specific elements might be emphasized. They're appealing to people seeking a rich lifestyle and maybe a deep connection to the island, not just a fleeting holiday.
And for you, our listener, we hope this deep dive, guided solely by the details in this one article, gives you a structured way to appreciate the many facets of Phuket, and maybe encourages you to look beyond the obvious tourist trails if you ever visit.
Yeah. It shows how a single source, when you really dig into it, can unlock a wealth of specific details and reveal a particular perspective on a place you might have thought you already knew pretty well.
So what does this all mean? The source clearly shows Phuket as an island actively blending its deep cultural roots, its stunning natural beauty, and its vibrant modern life. It really makes you wonder, How does this unique mix not just attract visitors seeking diverse experiences, but how does it actually shape the community and the future of a place like Phuket for those who choose to make it their permanent home?
Hmm.
That's a perspective brought sharply into focus by a source like Ocean Worldwide, rooted as they are in the island's real estate landscape.
That's a fascinating intersection to think about tourism, culture, development, and local life all intertwined.
It really is. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Phuket. If you're curious to explore the source material yourself, look for the article Hidden Gems, Exploring Phuket from Ocean Worldwide.
Until the next deep dive.
See you then.